Academy over here. Yeah, they can take their hats off, everybody. Okay, once again, if you're just in, same rules, and we'll start with a overview from the winning coach.
Wow, I guess, first of all, I thought great atmosphere, great crowd. City of Omaha does a great job. Not a better place in the world to play baseball in June. Brady Singer's a handful, so is Butler and Byrne. Those guys are really good. Florida's got a really good baseball team. That's one game. Really proud of our guys, the way we went out and competed. We were going to have to do that each inning to come out on the right side of that and also have some good fortune. I think we had that.
Okay, let's start questions for the student athletes and Kendall.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Grant, you obviously saw Brady pretty well tonight. What did you kind of see from him out there?
I knew he was just going to try to pound the zone probably. Early and often he's always been around the zone. And, he was living on the outside part of the plate. And, I just tried to make an adjustment and put a couple good swings on some balls.
Okay, JJ.
Ryan, congrats on the outing and the win. But J.J. Cooper, Baseball America, sorry. What was working for you tonight? It seemed like you were really pounding the zone pretty well, but what was working?
Early, the two-seam, I was just trying to pound it in there for a strike early, get some ground balls, and then it took me a few innings to find my slider, and that worked good the last few innings.
Okay, Kenneth.
Kenneth Pancake, the Gateway. Ryan, can you kind of take us through the bulk in the bottom of the third?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what I did. I came in the dugout. I heard a few guys say I might have moved a little bit, started a little early, but team came back and tied it up, so it was a new ball game after that, and offense coming back right there.
JJ.
Grant and Gabe, second time through the lineup, second time y'all got to face Singer, it seemed like y'all got a little bit more aggressive with them. Was that a conscious effort, or was that just something, or maybe I just, was there any conscious effort of trying to be a little bit more aggressive second time through?
Gabe, you start, please.
Following off what Grant said, I feel like, he was pounding the zone the whole game, so I figured why not get up there and swing. And first good pitch I see, just hit it. So.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Were y'all trying to be more aggressive second time through?
Normally after you see the guy the first time, you get a little more comfortable. And I figured that, he might try to get on my hands a little bit because he lived on the outer half of my first at-bat, and he tried to do that with a slider, and I put a good swing on it and drove a run in.
John, back here.
Yeah, John Nietauer with the Omaha World Herald. I guess Grant or anybody who wants to address this said you guys are playing the defending champions and they're up 1-0. They got their ace on the mound. Why was this team able to sort of kind of stay engaged and confident despite maybe an early hole?
Grant.
Coach Tad always preaches to us, it's 27 outs. And, they got up early on us, but, we didn't panic. Just like in the Super Regional when, Duke, they jumped out to a lead on us in Game 3. And, we just kept playing and, kept playing the game the right way. And, we strung together a couple of good at-bats. And, our bullpen, was phenomenal tonight. And they kept us in the game. And, we put a couple of good swings on balls, and they happened to find holes. And, we put together a lot of quality at-bats tonight.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions for the student athletes? Guys, thank you. We'll see you Tuesday night. We'll wait till they clear, and then we'll get questions for you, Tim. Get it. Thanks, guys. Okay, questions for Tim. Right here.
Joe Healy, College Baseball Central. Tim, is there something particular about Dylan and Ryan that gives them the ability to succeed in that kind of unique situation where you have them pitching in tandem with each other like that?
Well, I guess the word's out. First of all, they can both really pitch. They can both execute pitches. They're both very selfless in what they do. There's a lot of guys that in Ryan's shoes would rather start. There's a lot of guys probably when you pull them in the second inning, they'd probably rather not come out. But they know what we're doing. We're doing for the good of the team, and that's kind of our plan going in. And it's been kind of neat to watch. It wouldn't ever surprise me to see Dylan go out there and go 5 or 6. He does it. He's done it before on less than 60 pitches. So probably the biggest thing is they're just selfless. I mean, they're guys that they're good teammates, and you know, old saying, I guess, you know, it's hard to be a great player without being a great teammate. I mean, they're both very good teammates.
Okay, Kendall?
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Tim, when you look at your lineup, those first couple innings, Singer, you know, looked pretty dominant. What did you kind of see from your lineup, or what adjustments did you guys make against him there in the middle frames?
You know, I tell you, we got an aggressive group. You don't ever have to worry too much about them moving on the ball in the middle of the plate. We probably stayed with that throughout for the most part. I mean, but it's not a blanket deal 1 through 9 by any stretch. Guys had really good at-bats. I think really what kicked it off to me was Cameron Warren. You know, he runs his pitch count up. I mean, that was just an at-bat that really set the inning up as far as that goes. He got out, but you know, when you get a guy up there in the 20s, you got a chance. I mean, I think he probably threw over 30 pitches that inning if I was guessing. I mean, I know that bat was over 10 pitches. So we're fortunate to have some guys that can swing the bat a little bit, and I don't know how much coaching was going on there. I mean, they just hunting a pitch to hit and got it and found a hole.
JJ?
Tim, about that, I think it was 14 pitches for that at bat. It seemed like that really kind of, you just watching the dugout on that, it really kind of seemed to energize everybody. What is it like, you know, I mean, for a team to watch a guy battle like that and against one of the best pitchers in the country?
Absolutely. Singer's very good. It definitely, I mean, our guys know that, you know, you need to win pitches and you need to get in there and compete each pitch. And to see one of your teammates do that definitely probably sends a message through the dugout, hey, we all need to go compete. And not that they wouldn't have anyway, but just so happened that's the way it played out. And it's really good at bat, even though the results weren't, you know, at the end as far as, you know, it's just not always going to get a hit. I mean, it's a game of failure.
Mitch?
Mitch Sherman, ESPN.com. To follow up on your pitching dynamic with those two guys, is that born more out of necessity or strategy when you do that, and how does it impact the way that you guys structure things going ahead in the tournament when you know you're going to have an off day and things are spread out like this?
It's got maybe a little strategy, and maybe it's also because it's what we need to do. We really felt like those guys could do what they're doing. They've been doing it now for however long, 3 or 4 weeks. And really, originally it was to win weekends. It was really to set up Saturday and Sunday, but also with the goal in mind of getting here and being able to do some damage when we got here.
Kenneth first and then John.
Kenny Pancake with the Gateway. So Florida was 1 of 15 hitting with runners on base and 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Can you talk about how you were so successful in limiting Florida's hitting when they had someone on base?
Usually when that happens, they either hit it at somebody or somebody's executed a pitch. So I would say one of those two things. We probably had some good fortune in there, and we also probably had some guys execute some pitches. So they got some really good hitters, but you know, that's at the same time, I would say our guys made some pitches when they needed to.
John?
Itzawa with the Omaha World Herald. Tim, just your team's mentality. I mean, you guys were pretty relentless, putting pressure on them, seemingly every inning. I don't know, what is it about this group? What do you like about their makeup that allowed them to succeed in a high pressure environment tonight?
You know, there's a lot of good teammates in there. They're all very thankful we're in the position we're in. They don't take it for granted that we're in the position we're in, and they respect the game of baseball. And that's probably really what it comes down to. And you know, there's not too many guys in there after you win the night are going to go, hey, we got this figured out. They know you gotta go respect the game and play 9 innings.
JJ?
Tim, another thing that stood out was y'all's defense. Several big plays. Little makes that catch in the first, which
That was a good catch.
Young made a couple plays at third. But it seemed like that, again, that was another phase of the game that you all won tonight. I mean, is that, again, you got a lot of guys who seem like they have the ability to make the spectacular as well as the routine.
There is some guys in there can really defend. You know, I think Michael got caught in between on the one ball. If you saw him, probably locked his feet up a little bit, going to two hands, and he probably could have ran through it and thrown the guy out. That's part of the game too. We hadn't been perfect by any means throughout the year. I couldn't tell you what our fielding percentage is, but we have a chance. You know, at short and third, those guys can really defend, and obviously in the outfield, you know, Grant and Cody can go get a ball with a lot of people.
Okay, one more question, if anybody wants to take it. If not, Tim?
Late night. Thanks for staying.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see you Tuesday night. You bet, buddy. Okay.